Ladies and gentlemen, it is another day, another week, and you know what that means. It is another Fab Five podcast episode. I don't even know what episode we're on. We're just doing these. We're
Woo!
we're we're popping these out literally like the neighborhood drug dealer at this point because I don't even know what episode we're on.
Episode 10.
But episode 10.
Episode 10.
So of course, Gabe here, Joey here, myself is here. Cornbread is on the way to a wedding, so he will not be in attendance. I
And
don't know where
Ryan's being
Ryan is.
white. He's being white. He's going to a hockey game.
Yeah, Ryan's on his way to Buffalo.
Uh,
Yeah.
Which, yeah, white people shit.
I did not know all that. But now that I know, now that y'all know, ladies and gentlemen, the NBA is finally back after what, like 5 long months. 5 months of no basketball, no nothing. The NBA is finally back. Now, of course, this offseason has been a very unexpected offseason.
Very.
Very.
I think for all of us, as fans of the sport, and of course, we're fans of our own teams. We didn't expect this offseason to go the way it did. Of course, the big storyline that we, witnessed to was Damian Lillard was officially traded to the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, I don't know about y'all, but the Milwaukee Bucks was not on my bingo card whatsoever. But it makes sense because Dame clearly wants to win, and the Bucks, who have been, NBA champs in 2021, they always find themselves one game away or one win away from contending again. So it makes sense. But of course, I feel like a lot of people didn't expect it for the sole fact that, Dame was dedicated to the city of Portland.
To the grind.
He loved it. He was dedicated to the grind, is what everybody is calling it. But now everybody is saying that he is no longer dedicated to the grind. Now, I don't know about y'all, but this is just me personally. I would hate to be a great player who was known as a loser my entire career.
Yeah, that would suck.
I don't know about y'all. I mean, Gabe, we've had this conversation before as far as, the baseball talk. You're a great loser. And that's not something I would like to be remembered as. But of course, it happened. It's here now. Of course, Dame went to the Bucks. You got the Rockets signing Fred VanVleet, which was something I was not expecting at all. But
Went there for the money, I guess. But
a little bit of money. Dylan Brooks was signed by the Houston Rockets as well.
a little bit shocking.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was gonna have to learn Chinese.
That's what I thought.
He was gonna have to learn Chinese my damn self.
Mm-hmm.
Me being a Grizzlies fan, it wasn't that pretty. But we're not going to talk about that. But other than that, NBA.
Oh, you forgot about another thing. Boston
What?
getting stronger, adding Porzingis and Drew Holiday.
I'm about to say Boston did add Porzingis and Drew Holiday, which they did look good in
They
the previous game they played. So they look pretty good. Not surprised there whatsoever. But of course, I feel like, with a season preview, we all have our expectations. We all have what we're looking for, what we're waiting to see. Starting with Gabe. I'm going to start with you, Gabe. What are you expecting to see this season? Of course, new faces and new places. There are some new coaches here and there. But what are you expecting out of this new NBA season?
For a lot of teams, it's either put up or shut up time for a lot of teams. For real. there's certain teams that I think they need to win a chip. Um, Milwaukee, they need to win a chip, even though I don't think they'll win it. Um, Boston actually needs to do something. Um, the 76ers need to figure out what's going on over there. Because I don't know what's going on. But I'm expecting a lot of players. Because a lot of players got what they want this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of players got what they wanted this offseason. So now it's time to put up and actually show what you're about. So I don't want to, especially with Damian Lillard, he must win a chip this year. I don't want to, because how old is he? Like 35? What is he, like 33, 35? I don't know.
I think he's in that range, like 31, 32, 33 maybe.
He ain't got much time
If I had to
left.
guess.
He ain't got much time
No.
left. And listen, you got your running mate. You got your guy. This is probably the best team he's been on since LaMarcus Aldridge
Easily.
was in his prime. Best team, hands down.
Mm.
He must win a championship. It's not let's come close to it and no, none of that shit. He has to win this year. Because we all heard him complaining last year and talking about he wants to win. You got what you want, buddy. Show up. Now it's time for you to put up and shut up. But that's what I expect this season, honestly. I expect him to win a chip, even though I don't think they'll do it. I honestly think the Celtics would beat them in a 7-game series, but that's another conversation for another day. But
Yeah, that's my current lean about the Boston.
I think it's
Joey, of course.
Yes,
Gotta
of course.
ask you.
I'm a Sixers fan. My expectations with them, who knows what the hell they're going to do with Harden. That's probably was the biggest, off-season news of saying Harden wanted to go to the Clippers. Harden wants to get traded. I don't know how that trade's going to happen, with the Clippers being all needy, saying that they're not giving up this or that. If that's going to happen, a 13 trade's going to have to be involved. But I'm intrigued with some things. I want to see, depending on how long Harden is, I want to see Maxey take that next step. Because since Maxey's been in the league, he's been improving every single year. And now, as you said, put up or shut up. I want to see what some of these newer teams are going to be looking like that getting close to the playoff, but I think they're going to get their push. Example, the Thunder. Now Chet's back. Chet's in the mix. I think the Thunder has a deep squad. So yes, they're young. I think they're going to contend for a top 6 seed if everything goes to plan, if they stay healthy. Another sleeper team I think that will make their play back into the playoffs this year is Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic got depth. As long as they stay healthy, I'd say they contend for a top 7 seed. So there's definitely teams that I definitely want to see make that next step. Orlando's 1, Thunder 2. And as everyone said, what is Victor Wembanyama going to do his rookie year? I know everyone pretty much has locked in him winning rookie of the year. And is there a good chance he's going to win it? Yeah, there's probably a damn good chance. But I think it's either him or Chet Holmgren. We'll see what the Spurs do. I don't quite have the Spurs in the playoff picture. I think they'll be a playing team, but I don't think they're going to be like a certified playoff team yet, unless Wembanyama does some insane Giannis type shit and has to carry them to get into the playoffs. But the Spurs do got some other young pieces that are going to grow. They're a young team. I'd maybe give them another year to fully play together, and then we start talking about the Spurs. It's a top 8 seed. A bunch of new coaches. The Bucks, besides making the Lillard trade, they have a new coach too. Right. And we're going to see what he can do with that team of talent. Because, like I said, they still got decent depth. Yes, they got Giannis. They got Lillard. The odd man out now, Chris Middleton. I think Chris Middleton's a good third man that can still get you between like 15 to 18 points a game. And this season's going to be, a very intriguing one. And think the more and more that, I think the flow of it, everyone's going to say, oh, we can't really predict what the early amount of games are going to be like. We'll be in like 3 games in, 4 games in, if that.
Right.
We still got, a good amount of games. So if everyone stays healthy,
This should be
we
fun.
should be in line for
a very fun season. You know what? I don't mean to cut you off,
Yes.
Joey, but
No, you're good, bro.
that in-season tournament too. I'm kind of excited to see how that plays out as well.
Yes.
I'm very excited to see because I know they did it in a way that teams would still take it seriously because it's still involved with your record in some capacity, which I think is cool. Because that was my only thing I was worried about. Is just like because I don't know, relating back to soccer, there's cup tournaments all the time, but there's sometimes teams they'll rest their star players if they know it really doesn't count towards winning the league or other stuff like that. But I like the way that he was able to intertwine it so that it still matters to your regular season record, and at most that team is maybe playing one extra game. So I think it's cool. I think it's cool. But I didn't mean to cut you off, though. Go ahead.
No, you're good, bro. I was pretty much finishing up as it was, saying, like, as long as everyone stays healthy, I think this could be a very exciting season. I do expect to see new teams pushing their way into the playoff. Some teams, missing their way out. And depending on the flow of the show, we'll probably get into that. But how about you, Mar?
So for starters, the nail was pretty much hit right on top of the head. Damian Lillard and the Milwaukee Bucks must win a chip or make the NBA Finals this year. Otherwise, there was no point.
Nah, they have to win a chip. Fuck making the finals. They have to.
Yeah, fuck finals.
No, they have to
They
win.
do. You know what? And here's why I say that. Okay, I say they have to at least make the NBA Finals because here's the thing: winning a chip is never guaranteed. Okay, as much as we want to talk about, as much as we want to say, oh, this team gotta win a chip. They must win a chip. It's never guaranteed. Winning a chip is never guaranteed in the NBA. Teams that we thought had the chance to win the chip last year did not even come close.
No.
The Denver Nuggets showed that you don't really need a superstar, not even a superstar. I'm not gonna discredit Jokic at all, but it shows that if you play good team basketball, you're capable of doing anything in the NBA, and it's clear as day. Because let's be completely honest here, the skill set of Nikola Jokic is not comparable to a AD. It's not a Giannis. It's not Embiid. It's not anything. Jokic by himself, if we're being completely honest, has the most unorthodox style of play that there is.
It's not even close.
But the thing is, his style of play wins games. Wins games, wins MVPs, and it just won him a championship. So it just goes to show that, you can win a team can win a championship as long as they play good team basketball. But that's not the conversation. The conversation is that the Damian Lillard and the Milwaukee Bucks must make the finals. At least if they can't win a chip, at least make the NBA Finals.
Now, I have a
If
question.
you cannot make the NBA Finals, what's up?
Now, when we say make the finals, do we mean make the finals and be competitive, or just be there just to be there? Because I
No,
think
make
that
the finals and be competitive.
okay, that's all I want to make sure. Because if we saying make the finals and get swept, then that's
No, that's completely different. Yeah.
okay.
Now, you made a very valid point because you could get to the finals and it just absolutely, choke, which we've seen happen before. But my thing is, like I said, you can make the finals all you want. Are you going to be competitive in the finals? Which I feel like they would. I definitely feel like they would. We just have to wait and see. Now, that's why I'm saying, you could say, oh, y'all need to make the finals, y'all need to win. Da 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 da. You can say that all you want, but a championship is just not guaranteed in the NBA.
No.
It's clear as day. Teams that we thought should have won a chip already have not. Like, for example, the Miami Heat. They definitely had chances to win a chip, and they have not. They just haven't. Not discrediting them and saying that they're bad, not saying that, they're just terrible. They have not. Which goes back to my original point. Winning a championship in the NBA is not always guaranteed. So, granted, can the Bucks make the finals? I think if they make the finals, then I think that's good, but it's not going to be enough. If that makes sense. Like, you can make the finals. That's cool, right? But we don't want you to just make the finals. We want you to make the finals and win. That's what we want you to do. If you can at least make the finals and win, everybody in the world will be satisfied.
Yep.
Everyone. Because I think I speak for everyone when I say this. We just want to see Dame get a ring. That's all we want.
Facts.
Boy.
That's all we want.
Boy.
I think that's all I want. I think that's all everybody here in this call wants. And I think that's all the fans want. We just want to see him win a ring. Now the question is, will he win a ring? I hope so. I definitely hope so.
I don't know if that team though is better than the Celtics. That's my
Celtics are deep.
I don't know. I think that's the only issue I have is can they get past the Celtics?
And this is where it kicks in. Damian Lillard has been in the West for the past couple of years, and the West has not been that competitive, in my personal opinion.
Nope.
Now the East,
that's a different story.
Has been a different story. You have the Milwaukee Bucks, who just won a chip in 2021. You have the Miami Heat that is consistently contending for a chip or, in the Eastern Conference Finals. You have the Boston Celtics that are consistently always there. The Philadelphia 76ers always find themselves there, even though they choke here and there. You have a plethora of teams that are in the East that are capable of winning. It's very competitive in the East now. The East used to be ran. The East used to be ran by LeBron James when he was in Cleveland.
And the Cavs, yep.
When he was in Cleveland and when he was in Miami. LeBron James used to run the East. Whether you like it or not, whether you want to, admit the truth, he has ran the Eastern Conference his entire career.
And if it wasn't him, honest to God, it was when Boston made that super team.
I think of it like this. Boston had the team to beat LeBron. And guess what? They did it. Why do you think Toronto is called LeBronto now? It's no longer called Toronto. It's called LeBronto. LeBron James single-handedly gave the Raptors a 4-1 series. Literally, single-handedly. But this Eastern Conference is now to the point where if LeBron was still in this Eastern Conference, he's going to have a lot of hell to run through. A lot of hell to run through. But that's enough of the Bucks. The Celtics are the team that have to put up or shut up, like you said, Gabe. They have to put up or shut up. If they don't, then I can see Tatum leaving eventually. I can see that whole Boston team just breaking up eventually.
Yep.
Even though Jaylen Brown just got signed at Supermax. Somebody's leaving if this team does not get it together. Because they could have won a chip. They could have won a chip just 2 years ago. Just last year, they could have won a chip. But they ran into Steph Curry, and they didn't know how to play defense on Steph Curry. Didn't know how to play defense at all. But Boston Celtics need to put up or shut up. Damian Lillard and the Milwaukee Bucks have to win. They have to win. They have to win. LeBron, I'm not really expecting much out of the Lakers. Everybody keeps asking me what do I feel about the Lakers.
They don't have almost the capacity to make any like
They don't got the
big other move to add next to LeBron.
They don't got the facilities.
No. I told people if they really wanted to add more depth with LeBron, they would have to do some type of sign and trade deal to get rid of Anthony Davis. And they're not getting rid of AD because LeBron loves AD. But
Right.
Honestly,
they don't have the money. They don't have the draft capital. I don't know how the hell. Maybe wait for potential buyouts and then try to upgrade yourself that way. But even that, it's not going to be enough in the West.
honestly speaking, who really in the West? The Mavs. They don't strike fear in my heart. Let's see, the Suns. Maybe if they can get it together.
The Suns are also I don't think they have the best bench either. They got core guys, but
Oh hell no.
depth alone could end up killing them.
The Clippers. Maybe if they get Harden. Maybe. T-Wolves. Not really. No. The Grizzlies don't got John Morant till maybe till after New Year's. I think. Um, the Warriors, they always there, but
They're gonna, contend for the top 5 to get a seed, but
honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the Nuggets made it back to the finals.
I wouldn't say I hate it, but they're like one of the teams that I don't say they do anything too great, but they're consistent everywhere.
You know what it is?
They're not the best defensive team, but they get stops.
You know what it is? All these teams on this list that play in the West, they it's either there's no middle ground. It's either they're amazing,
nope,
or they're just shit. The Nuggets, they just do what they do. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I honestly think I would not be surprised if it's the Nuggets versus either the Bucks or the
Celtics or Bucks.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised at all. But I guess, Mar, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we could go around real quick and just. I guess we could talk about our own teams for a minute.
Oh God.
Boy, I think out of the 3 of us here, my team's the only one that they had nothing crazy.
My team's one trade potential away from me not knowing what the hell's gonna happen.
Like, I don't know. Who wants to start first. I don't know.
Out of all 3 of our teams, who's gonna finish the best?
Shit.
Oh
shit.
I mean, if Harden gets his head out of his ass, maybe. But it's more. Honestly, I hate to say it. I'll go first since I guess I'm bringing it up. It's more Philly because the crazy thing is, Harden actually came out to the airport in Philly, and team exclusives told him, "Hey, you're not getting on this plane. Go home." That man came all the way out to Philadelphia airport to get ready to travel, and they said, "No, go home." Oh, so my guess, they have to be working some type of phone calls out within the. If you told me right now if Harden's still here before All-Star break, I'll say you're full of shit. They're trying to get rid of him so badly.
Oh yeah, he's gone.
And then I'll tell you right now, if Philly comes out slow, and I had people saying, "Oh, do you think the Sixers can beat the Bucks opening night?" I said, "Hell no." And I said it with the clearest tone. I didn't yell it. I didn't scream it. And I said, whatever Damian Lillard's points is at, you play the over. And what happened? Dame Lillard damn near dropped 40. But who knows? Like, if Harden gets traded, and let's say this team starts slow, guess what? Guess what player is next to potentially be on the block? I hate to say it. I like him as a player, but he's a prima donna in Joel Embiid. Because don't you know, as soon as Harden said, "Yo, I want out. I want these trades," you know what Mr. Embiid did?
What?
He removed everything Philly off his social media.
Oh Lord.
So I hate to see that shit. So like, if they don't trade Harden, but like I said, I'll say there's a 65% chance they do trade Harden. But if anything, if they trade him, who knows what this Philly team's going to look like? Depends on the depth pieces we get. Which, if we do get Harden, I told people this: we're not getting a star back for Harden. Everyone's saying, "Oh, don't trade him unless we're getting PG or Kawhi." Yeah, that's not fucking happening. I hate to say it. I would love one of them, but it's not going to happen. And I think if the trade does happen, it's going to take a three-team deal to get it happening. We're going to try to get players from both sides and maybe some draft capital. Who the hell knows? But if Philly starts slow and B will be gone, maybe by all season. I don't know. It would take a lot for them to just go ahead and trade Embiid before All-Star break, unless they are absolutely like shitting the bed, tanking, which usually if you're tanking, it's usually for a good prospect. I can't tell you about none of the prospects in this draft. Way too early. Who the hell knows? But yeah, Philly, if everything stays on par, we can be at, honestly, God say, our ceiling is a top 6 seed. If we shit the bed,
Penn State is getting their shit kicked in.
Wait, what's the score?
Oh my God! It's 14-7, but whoever they have playing corner just got cooked. Golly!
If it's not Kalen King, I don't know who the hell it is. But yeah, depending on Philly, if we stay healthy, and let's say we do trade hard and we can get some decent piece, I think we're potentially a top 6 seed. But if it goes down, I'll be the first person to say it. Don't be shocked when we miss the playoffs. I hate to say, I hope I'm wrong on that because, we do have Frank Nurse, which I did like the hiring of Frank Nurse. And I was hoping with that Frank Nurse signing, we were, apparently from what I heard, we were a few $1 million off from signing Fred VanVleet with Frank Nurse. I wouldn't have mind that. You put Fred VanVleet playing next to Harden, and then the only thing I wouldn't like about that because it would kind of almost like backseat Maxey to an extent, but I'm kind of glad they didn't do it now. Now Maxey can potentially grow into that next, I don't want to say superstar, but I can at least say star type player that can maybe get into averaging the low 20s in points per game. He already shot 43% last year from 3. The kid's a bucket. So him taking that next step, potentially being that guy with Embiid would be nice. But who knows what Philly, man. As Drake said, this season can go 0 to 100 real quick. If I'm gonna reverse the line, it can go 100 to 0 real quick. So if I had to take a guess, I don't know who wants to go next, but I'm no, genie in a bottle. But who knows who's gonna be better with the Grizzlies and Knicks? As long as John Morant behaves himself off the field duties, which I'm not gonna bring up. Grizzlies, I think they can still contend. It'd be like a top 5 seed, but I'll let y'all decide who goes next.
I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say at this point. Like,
hey, at least y'all re-signed Desmond Bain.
Shit.
Yeah.
I like me some Desmond Bain.
Yeah.
Shit,
at least we did re-sign him.
Not gonna lie, his team's just been going through it.
All of our teams are just going through it right now. Honestly.
Thank God we're not talking about another sport because that'll be some like depressive violin type music. But
it's all around bad right now, man.
Fuck it, I'll go next. Well, Julius Randle's still here. I don't know how. I still don't know how he got a job. Yeah, I don't know why he's still here. I can go all day on Julius Randle, how much I hate him. And hate's a strong word, but Joey, I don't like him at all. He grinds my gears.
And I know you saw reports. On your Knicks saying, "Oh, Randall, Barrett, Fournier, and Mitchell Robinson and draft picks for Embiid. I'm like, for one, I don't think the Knicks are that stupid to do that shit.
No. You know what I would trade Julius Randle for? Honest to God,
Where?
I trade him for a pack of Black and Milds. The cheap dollar store lollies at the corner store. I don't know.
Okay, what flavor Black Mountain?
Shit, I don't know. I don't smoke Black and Milds. But
What tip, boy? Hey, as soon as you said it, I had to grab. I'm like, what tip, boy?
But
Wine flavor.
I mean, honestly, my team isn't going. I'm not going through as much stuff, but I just know how this is all gonna end. Emmanuel quickly.
I don't like that. I don't like that triangle y'all run though.
I don't know. Emmanuel quickly's about to leave.
I'll think quickly.
Quickly, it's looking like we're not about to re-sign him. I don't know if he still extended Robinson. Julius Randle's still here. And it's like we have the potential to build a nice young core. But it's like the Knicks don't know what they want. I've always been in the camp that Julius Randle should have been traded. Should have been traded a long time ago. But, because I don't think you're going to win a chip with him as your main guy. And
I actually did predict something, not to cut you off. I did predict something like, if I'm the Lakers, I would honestly call the Knicks saying, give me Randall another piece and send AD to the Knicks.
I don't want him either.
I'll take AD over Randall.
You right.
As long as AD's non-milk having ass stays healthy, but
listen, your fantasy team's name is We Need Milk.
I need milk, or we need milk. One of the milk names. Listen, but hey,
as I said before, honestly, I don't know, because we're at that point, which I hate to be at, is when a team's just they can't go any further unless they make that one big move. But they can't.
Wait, is there a rain delay?
But we can't make that move. So we're kind of just stuck in the middle of purgatory. We're just middle 4 or 5. We're not too. We're like the Three Little Bears.
There's a delay in Oklahoma, Kansas.
And the porridge. We're not too hot and we're not too cold. We're just right. So I mean,
knowing how non-consistent the East is, Knicks can still make the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. We'll make the playoffs, but how far we go is another different story. But
SMU's cover right now is insane right now.
Okay. But I tell you what,
I took it in a parlay.
Okay. Oh, shit.
And it's 37-3 in the second quarter.
Okay. But I tell you what,
they may put 100 on these motherfuckers.
I tell you what, if Julius Randle got another performance like he did, like he had last year in the playoffs, and we make the playoffs again, I don't think he's gonna come back to New York. I think that's it.
They might not let him.
No, I don't think. No, I think we might block him from entering that Westchester facility. Honestly, but
you're gonna have FBI agents in the borderline of New York saying we're looking for Mr. Julius Randle.
Right.
It's like you have choked us. You are no longer in the state of New York.
Yeah, he can't come. No, man. But I mean, we'll see where it goes. I'm gonna enjoy it, but we'll see where it goes. Hopefully we do something. But we'll see. But Mar, you ready? I bought you some time.
Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh man. Well, here we are. But we lost Steven Adams. So he's done for the season.
Aquaman.
Ja Morant is still Ja Morant is suspended for 25 games, so we do not have him. It's getting real bad in Memphis, man. It's getting real bad. Like, it's terrible. We're still gonna make the playoffs, though. I'm not worried about it. That's the least of my worries. We're still gonna make the playoffs. We're gonna be all right. It's just that right now, the beginning of the season, it's not perfect at all, which is okay,
It's gonna be a tough stretch.
which is completely okay. Because at the end of the day, we're gonna be all right.
Who y'all got
So
playing?
Mar, I know how
Who
when it
y'all got
comes to
playing point?
previews, huh? Oh, that's Mar. I don't know.
Mar, who y'all got
What
playing
happened?
point? Who's y'all point guard?
Oh God.
Is it Tyus Jones?
If I had to make a no, it's Marcus Smart. We got Marcus Smart now. I
Oh
forgot.
Oh
yeah, forgot about
yeah.
that. Shit.
It ain't too bad then.
No, it
Huh.
ain't too bad. It's just that
Right.
Marcus Smart is not a one guard to me. I
No.
would rather have John Morant move Marcus Smart up to the 2, move Desmond Bane up to the 3, and then probably Xavier Tillman at my 4, and then Jared Jackson at the 5, which would be my ideal lineup. That's just me though. Uh, but it's not too bad right now. It is not too bad right now. We're okay. We'll be okay at least.
Mm-mm-mm.
So what's the next topic you want to bring up? Now we did the preview for our teams.
Me, honestly, I mean, we could sit here and go through every team, but I don't know about y'all, but I'm not doing
We'll be here
that.
for like 4 hours.
We'd be here for
No,
4 hours.
definitely don't.
No, no,
Oh
no, no.
hell no. Mm-mm. Oh hell no. Honestly, let's do this. Let's everybody gonna go in a circle. One team, one team that we who we expect to win the chip, who's gonna disappoint, and who might surprise us this year.
Okay.
And then we'll do the same thing for players. Uh,
All right.
you can go first.
Okay. Team that's gonna win the chip, I'm gonna predict it's gonna be. I'm gonna go Boston, and I hate to say it, I think it's gonna be Boston, Denver, and I think Denver repeats. I real That's just one team. I hate to say, like, it's not like I have hate for Denver, but like they're like one team that's like, are they great in any one category? I wouldn't say they're great, but they're good everywhere. They're deep. The only downfall I would say is maybe sometimes they get lazy on defense, but they back it up and they can rearrange. What was the next one? So finals, you said team to disappoint.
Team to disappoint and team that will surprise us.
Okay, I got a team that's going to disappoint, and I have a feeling. Don't be shocked if both of these guys are traded by the deadline. I think the Chicago Bulls are overrated. I don't think they're going to do a goddamn thing this year. Yeah, no, I'm not even saying it because it's one reason. Lonzo's been out for like damn near, it feels like 20 years. Who knows if he's going to come back when he comes back? Um, I just don't think Chicago plays with much will or heart together, and I just don't think Levine and fucking DeRozan fit anymore together. So I think they're going to disappoint. And if I had to pick one that definitely gets traded, I think it's going to be Levine. Someone's going to look at him as okay, we could get Levine and help us make our more of a run. AKA where I would like to see Levine go, which I don't know if it does. I wouldn't mind seeing Levine go play with Luka and Kyrie. Move Levine to the 3. You got Grant Williams play the 4, and then they have that young center Lively who can. I think he'll be starting by the end of the year, midway. So my surprising team, I'm gonna do one for the East and West. I'm gonna start with the East. If this team stays healthy, I think they're gonna make it a top 7 seed. I'm going Orlando Magic. They got the young talent they were building through the draft. They have depth, and it feels like almost at every damn position. I think Pablo makes that next step, and I think Pablo makes it All-Star. Wagner is going to show why I think he's one of the more underrated players for Orlando. And I think, like I said, with good health, Jonathan Isaac's back too. That's another piece that, from what I've seen from what they played, he's making some good plays. Um, Now on the West, I'm I'm a name almost a similar type team that was built into the draft. I'm going OKC. SGA clearly is that man. Josh Giddey has got better every year. They had the Rookie of the Year runner-up in Jalen Williams, who towards the end of the year he was a walking bucket. And now you got a healthy Chet Holmgren who's looking good so far, from what we're seeing, and he's fitting that team. If that team stays healthy, I'll say their ceiling is a top 5 seed. If that team can stay healthy, and then I'll throw something else into it. Who wins Rookie of the Year? You know what? I'm gonna be different. Not Victor. It's gonna be Chet Holmgren.
Um, Me, who I think is gonna win it. I think Boston might do it. Give me Boston to win the chip.
Mm-hmm.
One team that will disappoint, I think, is gonna be the Warriors. Um, I could definitely see the Warriors in the play-in. I could definitely see them in the play-in this year. A team that will surprise us a lot. Hmm. Hmm. Don't be surprised if the Trailblazers make a run at the play-in.
Ooh.
Don't be surprised.
That'd be something, especially after they just get rid of Dame. Oh, you don't build a team proud for me, and then what happens is them bunch of young ass kids and then making a plan.
I would not be surprised if they are in and around the play-in spot.
If that's gonna happen, that means Scoot is absolutely going bananas.
I think so. I think so. I wouldn't be surprised if they're in around the play-in.
Okay.
Mar.
Um, I think it's only right.
Yeah.
Give me. I feel like because this team, they added to what they needed. Give me Boston to win the chip. The team that I feel like is going to disappoint for some reason, I feel like it's going to be the Bucks. I feel like it's way too much hype built around them, and it's going to be too much to the point where they just disappoint. So give me Boston to win the chip. The team to disappoint will be the Bucks. For the team that I think is going to surprise everyone, Joey said it. Give me the Orlando Magic. This is a team that has built, and they have a lot of depth. They got Markel Fultz back now. This is going to be a team. This is going to be a team to watch. Seriously. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
And I told Ryan, not to cut you off about your match thing, I said I want to see how they are within the first week or two. And I think when they play like these mediocre or lower tier teams, I think the Magic are going to be cash cows when it comes to betting. Because think about it, they're like, oh, they're so young, they're going to have a lot of questions. Yeah, they're young, but if you want to go by overall depth, they got one of the most depth teams in the NBA. And I hate to say that. They're so young, they still got shit to prove, but staying healthy, that team is going to make noise.
So Boston to win the chip. Um, the team to disappoint will be the Bucks. Team that's going to surprise everybody will be the Orlando Magic. Luca will be getting an MVP this year.
Luka.
You think this is the
Luca for
year?
MVP.
Think this is the
This
year?
is the year. Luca for MVP. This is the year. Um, and then I got Victor winning Rookie of the Year.
I wouldn't be. I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Luka doesn't win MVP this year. I mean, I would be surprised if he doesn't. I don't know. I feel like this year is set up for him to do it. Oh,
Think about it. I think like the last 3 or 4 MVPs have been like international type players.
yeah.
Embiid, Jokic, twice?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now think about it. It could be Giannis won it too. Another international. I think it's Luka's turn.
Can we just before we wrap this up? Can we talk about Victor Wembanyama?
Okay.
Can we talk? What do we all expect from him this year? Like, are we
Um,
are we expecting him to put the league on fire or?
I don't know about year one. I think he's gonna have his flashing moments where it's like, oh, and now they're gonna say maybe if he grows into his body, because yes, he's tall, but I think he needs to put a little bit more muscle. People's like, oh, put a good amount of weight. No, I don't think he needs a lot of weight. I just think that he needs just to put more muscle on that overall tall frame, and I think he'll be. I think see, I don't even want to say what his potential could be, but all I'm gonna say is his potential is off the roof if things go to plan. I think he showed small glances where he can nail the three with no problem. He's a defensive freak at his size, but potential, like I said, if he adds a little bit more weight and muscle, I think I don't want to say we may have another Giannis, but I mean this kid's the freakiest like science project gone wrong I've ever seen. Like you can't even
um,
create a my player of his play style like that.
I feel like everybody is setting the standard for him a little too high
Mm-hmm.
because everybody say, "Oh, he's the next biggest thing since LeBron James." I'm like, okay, but here's the thing: LeBron James was like this in high school. High school at 18 years old was just doing everything that he's still doing now. This is what he was doing in high school. So that means for 21 consecutive years, he has been doing the same thing that he was doing in high school. That's the difference between. And I'm not saying that Victor wasn't doing it either, but what I'm saying is that one person is 6'8", 240, can shoot the ball, finish around the rim, pretty much do everything on the floor. And another person is 7'3", 7'4", not that much weight, but he can handle the ball like a point guard. He can shoot the ball. He can play defense. He can do everything. I mean, he's tall. But I feel like everybody is setting this ceiling so high for him, and it's only going to be disappointing if he does not come out to
Live up
what everybody is making him out to be.
because I already got a floor on what I think he could be, and I don't even think the floor is bad at all. I'd say if he adds a little bit more muscle, similar type play style. Victor does have the better handle. He can bring the ball up. I think if he can have a rookie year, somewhat similar stat wise to Kristaps Porzingis, I think that's a good rookie year. Two similar frames. Porzingis coming out where he came from didn't have the production that Victor had, but we saw that Porzingis could go ahead and drive. We saw Porzingis can chill behind the 3-pointer and make his threes, play his own little defense. Except, Victor's a better defender. Victor, more athletic. But two similar type styles. That's the only one I can say for a floor. And even let's say that's his career, a slightly better floor than Porzingis. Porzingis hasn't had a bad career. You get rid of the injuries per se. At least early, Porzingis has not had a bad career. Let's just start with that. Let's stick to that, and then we can talk about something else down the road. But yeah, they're trying to already mark him best prospect since LeBron. Oh my God, he's gonna be the next, GOAT of all time. Like, come on, man, let this young man at least get his feet wet in the NBA before you, and let him like accomplish things. Like, let him win Rookie of the Year if he gets there. Let him get his All Stars, which to me All Stars is a fucking joke nowadays. But ideally, the fans are gonna vote him in. He's gonna become an All Star his rookie year, just because the overall brand name of Victor Wembanyama. They're gonna get him into the All Star game. That dude could average 2 points and he's still going in. But either way, I think the NBA has a plan for him. As long as he doesn't get hurt or become an absolute trash can, NBA knows what they're going to try to brand him. They're going to name him like one of the next future stars in the next few years. So, and think about it. Lately, it's been the big guys that have been the stars. When Giannis got into his prime, it was Giannis, it was Jokic, it was Embiid for a bit. Now they're trying to do it with Victor. So I think they can do it with him. So let's just take year by year with him, and I just hope the kid stays healthy personally, because the kid's potential is unreal.
For me, as long as he averages a double double, I think he could do it. A double double per this year, or get close to it. I think it'll be a good season. I can see him doing 15-10. I don't know, but realistically, as long as he's having a half decent season for me, which is 10 plus points, 5 plus rebounds, and he averages a block or two by the end of the season, I think it'd be a good season for him.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if y'all saw his first game. He did well.
Foul trouble.
Foul trouble. I think that would be his
Yeah.
issue. But
And then me and you both said play the under on his points, and don't you know it hit.
yeah. But I think as long as he averages double digit points and gets close to double digit rebounds, he'll be fine. He'll be generally fine. But that's my expectation for him. Honestly, I just want to see what he can do before I really give him real expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Mar.
I think Victor. I think he averaged 18 in 10. 18, 10, and then maybe 2 blocks a game.
That will win him Rookie of the Year and All Star.
I think as long as he averages like those numbers, double numbers, he'll be fine.
Yeah, but say if I can see him averaging 18, 10, and 2. And then maybe 5 assists, because he can dish the ball.
Yeah.
So 18, 10, 5, and 2. I think that's a solid season. I think that's a season for Rookie of the Year.
Right. Is there anything that anybody else wants to add on to this NBA preview before we move on to our before we wrap this up with our final topic? Or no? Yes, no, yes, no. So, this fantasy football season.
Uh-oh.
It is the dogfight of a century. It is a 6-way tie for first place. 4-3. Someone's 3-4. And then poor Pee Wee's 1-6. Pee Wee is on track at this moment to do the punishment if he loses in the first round. What we all think of this fantasy football league?
Well, the last thing I was expecting was a 6-way tie. That was the last
Yeah,
thing
I never would have guessed that right now. I thought one of us would have been like, okay, that main guy that it looked like that for a little bit when Sean kept winning all his games. I'm like, okay, I thought maybe we would have like one league guy potentially do it, and then we would have maybe like a 2-way tie battling for second and third. But if you had told me halfway throughout this season we're going to be a 6-way tie, I would have said you're full of shit.
Boy, like the tie, it's by like it's so little.
Mm-hmm.
It's so little. I don't know how the hell. You know, it's also shocking how the hell Pee Wee is 1-6.
As he said, I guess he's like, oh, because I missed the draft because I went camping. I'm like, well, that's your fault. Don't be white. Don't go camping during the draft.
And his one win derailed someone's season.
Oh, yeah, he beat Sean to knock him out off the undefeated.
Boy, it derailed the shit out of his season.
Man, that's like when the Cardinals beat the Cowboys.
Yo, I
Literally.
I got him this week. So, I mean.
Gabe, are you going to let him get a win?
Oh, hell no. Oh, fuck no. The fuck you thought this was?
Well, I can't talk shit about my opponent because I'm expecting a fucking very good week from both of us. This is going to be intense.
Listen, this is the first week I'm starting Jonathan Taylor with no Zach Moss. Oh, forget it.
Jesus.
Oh, forget it. I'm starting Etienne and Taylor. So this is my lineup this week. I got Herbert, Etienne, Taylor, Chase. I played Diggs on Thursday night. He got 16. Dalton Schultz. Keenan Allen is my flex. The Jaguars defense. Fairbairn is the kicker. And I'm benching CeeDee Lamb and Kenneth Walker this week. So I don't know what chance. Nah, hell no. You think I'm giving him a win? Oh, hell no.
Man, he's going to eat. If you're telling me, okay, if you had to, you probably can't predict it because fantasy is so unpredictable. He's at one win. How many weeks are left? Like 6, 7?
This is we got our regular season's up to week 14.
Okay, so he's at 1. What do you think is over under on the remaining season to get wins? 3.5?
3.5. I think he gets it depending on who has buys.
Yeah. Whoever has like bad buys against Ryan, then that's when I think Ryan's gonna really potentially take over. But I thought I was gonna be that person, but thank God.
I ain't gonna lie. Next week he has Kelly.
Yo, not to cut you off, I think SMU might score 100 points in this fucking game.
Oh shit! Yeah, next week
and it's only first half, and they're halfway over 100. It's about to be 52-3.
Oh no! But yeah, honestly speaking, for me, all my people that had buys were early in the year, early in the season.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm chilling. So, but Mar, how you feeling about this fantasy league? You think anyone was gonna run away with it?
One thing I will say is that, like I said, I didn't expect this to be a 6-way tie. But me personally, the margin of error is very slim to none at this point.
Boy,
it really is.
It's so slim. It's like you cannot. You got to put in who you need to put in. This is the time to do what you need to do, honestly. I mean, like I said, though, as long as I'm not doing the punishment, I don't care what happens.
I'm the same way.
Honestly, it's starting to get to the point that everyone's competing for first to face Ryan. Because if you beat Ryan,
yes,
you're good.
Yeah, is there a chance that Tulsa throws in the white flag?
No.
Bro, it's 52-3 with 4:37 left in the fucking second quarter.
Jesus.
Do we think anyone's gonna make it? You know what? You know who kind of might be fucked?
Oh.
Mm.
I mean, Cornbread. He has no
Jefferson.
He's still Jeffersonless. So.
But yeah, he's Jeffersonless. He didn't pick up. He couldn't get Addison.
He couldn't get Osborne. He couldn't get Drake.
Couldn't get Osborne. And one thing I'm kind of shocked on, with everything my team's been freaking through with injuries in and out, I'm shocked. I'm even one of the teams contending for first. I've had people drop for flies almost every damn week. Even if it's just like, oh, you're out for the game, they come back. I'm like, Did my dudes just stay healthy for 1 week?
Um,
All
so,
I'm asking.
so let me read the playoff bracket as of right now. So the first seed, now mind you, it's a six-way tie, but I think it's points scored.
Yeah.
It's not a huge difference. It's really not. I think I don't know if it's points finished or points allowed. I don't know what the fuck it is. What? How would the fuck ESPN do this shit? Um, yeah, it's points finished, but honestly, it's a 50 point difference. Let me read
Between
it.
who?
So in first place is Joey, with 975 points. Second place, 1 through 6 got 4 and 3. So second place is Sean, 927. Then it's Mar, 926. Then it's me, 923. Then Cornbread has 815. Kelly has 790. Bryant's 3 and 4 with 802. And poor Pee Wee at 781. So
Damn.
that
Yeah,
bottom
man.
that bottom four is because it's not a huge difference. There's not a huge difference, and I don't know what it is, but I expect everyone to have a week where their team absolutely shits the bed. I think it's coming because our team shit the bed last week. But who do we think's gonna fucking win this?
Well, if any of us say one of us, everyone's gonna be thinking, "Oh, you're biased. Yeah, you're biased." Um,
I don't know who the fuck's gonna win this shit.
So
honestly,
I'm
if I had to be realist, I'd probably say, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not even trying to sound biased. I think it could be one of us three.
I think I think it's going to be me. Now this is why I say I think it's going to be me. I think it's going to be me for the sole fact that my team all around can put up points. That's the thing. Like I think that's the difference between. I mean, every the people right here in this call right now, their team can put up points. But I feel like my team. I mean, I have Lamar Jackson. I have Isaiah Pacheco, Kareem Hunt, who is probably going to get swapped out this week. I got Tyreek Hill. I got AJ Brown. I got Cole Kmet, who's been a nice target for Justin Fields. I have Zay Flowers, who has been showing up. And I got the 49ers defense, which is one of the best defenses in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like my team is putting up points every single week. It's just a matter of am I going to get outplayed or am I going to get sold? That's all it depends on. And so far, it's not looking like that. So I might be good. I might be in the green. Not gonna lie.
I don't want to put myself in the green yet. It's not that I'm not confident in my team, but I'm like the Miami Dolphins from last year. When we were healthy, we would win and put points up. But when my dudes can't stay healthy, I'm a spring chicken up for grabs, and I just need to stay healthy, especially when the big lights come on. If I stay healthy, I can contend to get to that spot. But if my team's not healthy, and I don't want to say I'm potentially a guy that could potentially choke because of injuries, but it's been that year.
Um, me, I probably have the three best. I probably have the best wide receiver core in the league. Um, honestly, I needed Jonathan Taylor to come back.
If JT comes back and starts
If
balling,
if J,
then
I always said it because my running backs were always fine. I have Kenneth Walker, Jonathan Taylor, and Travis Etienne,
ETN.
who is great for fucking PPR. Etienne will always stay there, and I feel like eventually I might just keep JT and Kenneth Walker, depending on. I'm a swap. based on that. I think what's also screwing us over too is that a lot of us have guys. If this was a regular league, start every week.
Mm-hmm.
But I have the issue of, well, really the only lock in my lineup is Justin Herbert. Um,
Yep.
I can make a case for every player starting this week. Like shit, even Mar knows it. I had DJ Moore when he went off for 49, and
On your
Right.
bench.
on my bench, and I started Jamar Chase who went off for 52. Like,
Imagine if somehow you just had a crystal ball and you just played both of them.
if I played both of them,
Jesus.
I would be in first place right now. But that's neither here nor
Mm-hmm.
there. But I
Coulda,
really
woulda,
do.
shoulda.
I really think the final four is going to be us three, and I think Sean's gonna. I think it's gonna come down to Sean. Honestly, what I think also will play a role in this too is the way the bracket is set up. Because I think honestly, there's certain motherfuckers you don't want to run into on the in the first week of the playoffs. I don't want to see Sean the first week. McCaffrey,
Like I said, and
McCaffrey,
McCaffrey and Josh Allen bullshit.
boy, the bullshit every week.
That's enough alone. And Devontae Adams. His rest of his line can score zeros, and those three guys can put up 30 to fucking 40 points, and they can win 120, and then you could barely freaking lose by that.
But honestly, I think with him, with Sean's team, as long as one of those three show up, he's fine. But honestly, with me, it's like your team can't have no fuck ups.
Nope.
It's just McCaffrey can go off for 30 plus points every fucking week in fucking PPR, and it's starting to piss me off. But if I say it's not me, I think he has a good shot at doing it. But it all depends on who he matches up with.
Mm-hmm.
I
If I had to guess, if it was today, I think he would either get Cornbread or he might get Brian.
And Brian could beat him actually.
Yeah. On a good week, Brian could be the underdog that fucking sweeps him.
Right. If it's like everyone,
especially depending on how the season pans out.
If everyone shows up, Brian could beat him. I think we're the only three teams we can afford to have one guy show up because we know someone on our team will blow up.
Yep.
But I don't know. It's gonna get nasty. I can see it's getting. I would not be surprised if the first seed is like 7-7. Shit.
I'm just praying to God every week that Tua doesn't get hurt. If Tua hurt, then I'm messing around with some shit. I got to figure out what the hell to do. But
listen, I picked up. Hold on. Speaking of the devil, I got Matthew Stafford. Kyler Murray might be the pickup. I ain't gonna say it. But
I don't think Kyler Murray's gonna come back.
Kyler Murray is supposed to start. Is on track to start this week. Apparently, I heard.
What?
I heard. I don't know. I heard they might do it. They might do it.
Yeah.
They might do it. But do we think anyone's gonna make a trade?
I almost did, but because I was like, at one point, I almost did it out of like worry to an extent, but I didn't do it. I almost did look to trade Jalen Waddle, but I was like, no, I got to keep him because if Hill gets hurt, Waddle's going to be that dude.
Who do we think is going to have to make a trade?
And I'll say this right now.
I think it's Ryan.
And I'm going to backtrack myself. I think someone's going to look at Ryan. It's like, okay. But I'll tell you right now, I hate to say this, and I got to find a piece of wood real quick. Hold on. If Tua gets hurt, I'm making a trade real quick. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do at quarterback. I remember during the pre-draft, I had some during the pre-draft, after the draft, I said I had the best running back trio. And what happened? Two of those motherfuckers got hurt. And I was bruised. So I'm like, stop, dude. I had to go new RB2s almost every other week.
Mar, you think anyone's gonna make a trade?
It's gonna have to be cornbread.
It's gonna, he's gonna have to talk to somebody. I would not
You're
be
gonna have to talk to
surprised.
somebody.
I would not be surprised if he comes talking to me about CD Lamb. I would not. I
I
would.
almost did.
Shit, he's available for the
You know,
right
you got all that depth. Shit.
price. I don't know about run. I'll trade CD for a good running back. I'll make it be known
And then
that.
me and Ryan, I know me and Ryan talked a little bit. Me and Brian talked a little bit, but not like no serious conversations, but just to see ideal possibility. But I don't know. Depending on how it goes, I may volunteer myself depending on how my team looks. Maybe not like a blockbuster trade by any means, but maybe something decent size enough to give me over an edge on some spots.
Yeah, cause shit. Even if I trade, I'm not thinking about it. Even if I trade CD, I still got DJ Moore, and I
Yep.
still have Drake London. I'm looking for a running back.
Good luck finding running backs. Them bitches get picked up quick as shit.
Yeah, well, listen. If anybody
We
needs
have a
a
better
wide,
chance. We have a better chance finding value at receiver getting picked up than we do a fucking running back.
shit. If you want a wide receiver one, you better give me shit. Shit. Somebody gonna have to talk to me. Don't worry. Oh, don't you worry. Oh,
Don't you
don't.
worry.
Oh, don't you worry. Me and Corbin gonna talk. Don't you worry. Somebody gonna give something up. But we got any more thoughts before we wrap this up? No.
No, sir.
All right.
I have
Well,
nothing.
all right, Mark. Close this out.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been another amazing podcast. We appreciate everyone who tunes in every single week. Make sure you go ahead and follow us on Twitter. If you're not already following us on Twitter, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube if you're not subscribed to that as well. Join the Discord. Discord is free. Always has been free, always will be free. We do not charge. We just come hang out. We give out some free plays here and there. We talk a lot of shit in the Discord. It's a good time. Um, I think that's pretty much it, though. Yeah, I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll see you all here next week, same time, same
Same
place.
place.